Hey guys, I just wanted to catch the last of this beautiful sunset. I kind of missed a little bit better of the golden hour, and if I just got down here maybe 10-15 minutes sooner, it would have been way cooler. But this is what we got. So funny because there's nobody here in this park, and it's the most beautiful night, and there is nobody here. It's a Friday night. And there's an event going on where there's cars parked, and so I was wondering what that was. But I mean, this is a beautiful night, and there's absolutely nobody in my world except for those people way down there. And you know, it's interesting because I often find myself on this planet by myself, and I think to myself sometimes, wow, why is there nobody around here? Why is there nobody around me? Am I vibrating at a rate that just nobody else in this town is vibrating at? And so I have this whole place to myself, except for that car and that person, you know? I mean, this whole field is smothered with people on music night and other festivals. This whole place is obviously smothered. But right now, on a Friday night in Juneteenth, maybe there's a Juneteenth concert that I don't know about and don't care about, because I just don't go to places with crowds. I'm happier on my own. I'm on the verge of tears, and so I tend to like to be alone. This is an emotional day for me. It triggered a lot of today was a day of getting triggered EOLA. It was very trigger EO-laid today, but I didn't get laid. I got trigger EO-laid, which is the opposite. I was reminded of the heartbreak I used to go through when my ex would find favor with other ladies as a reaction to coping with our issues. He would rush off and seduce a woman, which was how he handled things back then because he was good at it. And that's what he would do to solve his immediate problem of feeling upset about whatever we were fighting about, is he would go and instantly seduce a woman so that he could feel good about himself. This naturally didn't bode well for the relationship because, you know, I don't like that. I'm old-fashioned. I want a man all to myself. I do not want to share my man. I get really upset about it. I don't accept it easily. I will throw a tantrum. I will get upset if you cheat on me. If you know, that's the way I am. I want my man all to myself. I don't like to share, and I don't want to share, and I'm not going to share. I mean, not in this lifetime. I'd rather be alone. So, gosh, isn't it crazy how someone can manipulate you so well into being attached and caring, and then when you care, you probably get into the wrong assumption that you can expect that same caring back, which is not the case when you're dealing with a narcissist, or someone who's bipolar, or someone who's got borderline personality disorder, or someone who goes through those phases ever so quickly and easily and unpredictably. And of course, you add alcohol to the scenario. You got yourself quite a mess. You got yourself quite a heartbreak. God damn. Well, in a way makes sense that I would choose someone safe that I will never ever meet, that I will never have a real relationship with, to fixate on or be involved with, even though my motivation is really just the same motivation I always have. Put your bare feet on the green grass and figure out what it means to be a human. Figure out what it means to be in a human body. See if it means something. See if there's something to be learned other than just, you know, the intense, incredible, emotional living experience that you are going to go through by living in a human life, in a human body, in a human biocomputer avatar. You know, that's quite the schooner right there. I used to build the 5-masted schooner in this town. And as Richard would say, you know, he's from the boat building family. I am directly from a boat building family. And it is people like us and my bloodline and Richard's bloodline that we were able to come to this country at all in a boat that didn't sink. After that trip, I swore I'd never, ever, 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 ever step foot on a boat again. And yet, I incarnate into a boating family. So that became a little bit conflictual for old Auntie Team Rose. You know, I'm thinking about my dad a lot. My dad and I were very connected. He was a tough individual, very cruel man, very Spartan, very Roman, very, he was a Viking, a tough Viking, and like the real old-fashioned kind. Somehow he didn't get the regular, normal, modern human codes. He's just straight Viking codes, Viking and Sparta, and you know, leave the kid on the top of the hill, and if he survives, you keep him, that kind of thing. And yet, he and I had a very close, strong soul bond that he and I both were aware of. And I have a similar soul bond, intense connection with my son and also my grandson, which I really shouldn't mention anymore on this platform. I kind of wish I'd never ever mentioned the fact that I was a grandma. Now that I know how people like to use and abuse things you care about against you. You know how wrong it is to do that. That's what I mean about you, Lainey. You supported that, and I didn't think you would. I thought you would never support the harming a family, even if it was me. And I wish I had been wrong about that. I mean, I thought for sure you would be on the side of we don't do this to families no matter who they are. I was upset that you thought it was okay for your friend, your British friend with the L, the beginning of a name, or the E, to do that. And you know, it made me regret over mentioning anything about being a grandma, but that was one of the greatest joys of my life, and I feel bad that I can't say things like that on a platform that I've put a lot of time and heart and soul and love and thought and frequency into, you know. It's a beautiful night. I can't believe nobody's here but me. I got the whole place to myself. This is what always amazes me. How do I achieve this, where I get the whole place to myself? You know? It's an achievement. Because I get the whole place to myself. I mean, you know, thank you. Thank you is all I can say. I like to have the place to myself. The second I see somebody, I walk away, I squirm away, I squeal away, you know. Hope you guys are going to have a nice time tonight, whatever you're going to do. And I should go for a boat ride and take you guys with me. Go out on a sunset ride or something. It's really amazing out there. It's very fun to be out on the coast of Maine if you're in a boat. There's so many islands. It's a ragged coast, so it's got just miles and miles and miles of coastline squeezed into a smaller area. That's like more than California or something, because it's all wiggly waggly. So yeah, I just cannot believe how underused this park is on a beautiful evening like this. And yet it's perfectly used by me, the queen of love. I love being alone, and I don't even know how to be with people. Greener the grass, the better. Ooh ah, ooh ah, ooh ah. You got to keep it moving. I saw this video about ticks, you know, being they're using insect warfare to kill off humans. They're leaving boxes of poisoned ticks all over the country in different people's backyards. It's very upsetting. I should be worried. They say even, you know, shortcut grass. They cut the grass. This is very clean cut right now. So they just did this. I mean, this is amazing. This incredibly beautiful water view. And nobody else is here. You know, I just have this whole park to myself. Maybe they all just left. Maybe if I'd been here a few minutes sooner, I would have seen people having a picnic, you know? I mean, how crazy. Where is everybody? Are they here and I'm just on a different frequency? How can I have this entire park to myself? How is that even possible? I mean, I can't believe it. Where all the people are down there. There's not even hardly anybody out walking. It's kind of amazing, you know? What do you think, Richard? It's beautiful, huh? I got to get over to that, the graveyard. I wanted to go with Mark, though. And if there's ticks, I got to get that spray. So I learned for ticks, you use cedar oil spray, cedar oil. And you can buy it at the hardware store. And I think you can make your own mix. You can, you know, you can buy a $30 bottle or you can make your own out of cedar oil and either vodka or the equivalent to vodka, which is what do you call that stuff? You know, I can't think of the name of it. Witch hazel, and then a couple other ingredients, and you have yourself a nice anti-tick, and you spray it all around, you know, the edge of the grass, but you do not want to spray it where your cat goes or anywhere near your cat. You can spray it I don't have a cat. My daughter has a cat, but the cat doesn't go outside. So, and my grandson did have a tick on his foot. So there's somebody. Now there's people driving down there. It's fine. It's a Friday night. Where is everybody? Maybe they're all down in the other town. I literally don't follow crowds. So I used to. Back in the day, I was the social butterfly of this town. And everyone knew who I was because I was on stage all the time. And I was involved. And I was the mom of these 3 kids. And everybody knew the kids because it's a small town. Everybody knew my mom. And we were, you know, 3 generations. And it was a really beautiful thing of activist type people involved, making statements, taking action, making art, making theater, doing sculpture. Maybe I'll get back into sculpture. So I feel very blessed. Look, I get to look out at the ocean, at the water, at the bay. Nice little harbor all to myself. I don't have anybody I have to avoid. I get to put my bare feet on the green grass. I'm earthing, helping me process my very sad emotions about a guy that I have a complicated, weird relationship with, and I got really upset at the thought of him having this lady friend. And how rudely he put it. There's people on a bike. What a nice night, huh? So nice. I'm glad I'm not the only one out here enjoying it. There's 2 people. I know, it's all mine, right? Look how lucky I am. I got this whole place to myself. And there's 2 older people biking. I guess they're at the high vibe I'm at. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, that really upset me. I mean, it deeply, deeply, deeply upset me. And out of all the things I could have cried about today, that was the thing that pushed me over the edge. And it really pushed me over the edge. And he's like, I fucked all afternoon, so I wasn't playing Kenswood Loves. And I just don't know. Because who would play Lionel Roy with such detail and weepy sentiment? You know, I just don't know if anybody would have the gall of the... I think that Martin might do it. I think __ might do it. And she knows him very well, and she would know about his dead cat. He told me about the dead cat. I think he told everybody about the dead cat. That the cat died in the pool. But I thought it wasn't yesterday. I thought that the cat died in the pool months ago. So was it a different cat? I mean, you know, we just don't know. And is it true that that he would be kicked out of where he lives if his mother died? Because I don't think so. He's got this beautiful spread. He's got this big backyard. and this gorgeous pool with beautiful brickwork. I mean, he's living the lifestyle. He lives in a beautiful, warm country. Yes, there's a lot of horrible things going on, and he can't get a job, and he's kind of trapped. But yet again, he's trapped behind four cozy walls and his luxurious swimming pool and his doggies and his nice backyard. So the man is sitting pretty, and I don't feel bad for him at all. He's got a lovely life. And he gets to drink whatever he wants to drink, smoke whatever he wants to smoke, pop whatever he wants to pop, do whatever he wants to do. He does not have a 9 to 5. He can get online and spew and condemn and call himself racist, and no one says a word. He can say things that if I said those same things, I would be annihilated. If I said the things that he said out loud, I would... He gets away with so much, and he said, he knows he does. He gets away with murder. Look at this. Red shrub. He's a very lucky man, and he knows he is. He even said he used to get away with triple murder. He was, by being virtue of being a tall white guy, a handsome, good-looking tall white guy. And my son is a very good-looking guy, too. And he knows what it's like to just be this cute guy who gets away with stuff, right? And I remember raising him thinking, I have to really be careful with this kid so that he doesn't become an arrogant, entitled, spoiled brat. I have to really make sure I bring him up where he's not spoiled, because it would be so easy to spoil this kid because he's so freaking cute and charming. And, a little boy who's so cute and charming, you just want to give him whatever they want. It's very hard to say no. You've got to be strong. And I was strong, and I was strong enough. And he turned out to be a great kid. He's very generous and kind. And I also remember thinking I had to really love him up a lot, like really love him up in the best way I could when he was a kid growing up, so that he would be warm-hearted. And so I was trying very hard to activate his love codes and his heart codes and his human codes, because he was a tough boy. And I remember he had he's Aquarius moon, and he had this sort of look in his eye. And I thought, oh God, this kid's gonna, he's tough. He's a tough boy. Like, he's gonna go around, I don't know what. He could be the street bully if I don't really teach him to be a loving, responsible man, So raising him, I did a lot of lovey-doveys and very firm. I was very firm. I was very strong in my discipline. I did not cave, because that's what you got to do. You got to keep your promises or you spoil them. So I was very good about that, especially when living in Maine. I was extremely grounded. When I moved to California, I lost some of my footing, and I felt off kilter. I did not know what I was doing as much. For some reason, being in California threw me. But when I was in Maine, I was very rooted to the ground, and I was very in touch with my role as a mother, and I felt very grounded in my role as a mother and grounded into reality, and I was very clear on my boundaries, very devoted to the role of mother, and I was also very conscientious and conscious of not spoiling them, but also loving them up. So I gave my kids a lot of love, and a ton. I played with them, and I would, wrestle them and giggle with them and play. I did a lot with that. I took them with me everywhere, talked to them about everything, told them everything, included them in everything I did. I really enjoyed them, and I considered them my job, my role, my responsibility, and my goal was to teach them and to be beautiful human, adult human beings that could contribute to society, and that's what they are. My son is a very loving guy. We're all very talkative. We're all loquacious. We all got a lot of Gemini. And there's somebody behind there. I'm always hiding from people. And I feel good about how they came out. They came out good. They're alive. You're worried sick. The whole time I was raising kids, I was the whole time I was raising kids, I was worried. I was praying in the back of my head, please God, don't let anything happen to these kids. Please God, because you just don't know. I was always praying privately, secretly. and just try not to take any of it for granted, trying to make sure I thought of everything. The whole thing was stressful, but I did, and I was in pain. I was crippled up a lot of it. So that made it harder. But I didn't want to put that on the family, so I just dealt with it the best way I could. And when I had my second husband, he really helped me a lot. It was a great loss when we broke up. But, so you can call me failed. Well, maybe sometimes it's better not to be married I can't even imagine being married. I don't know how to share my time at this point. It's been so long. I mean, I did have a happy marriage a couple times, like for a year. I think we lasted a year, and that's the best I go. Now there's people. Okay, so now people are emerging. Oh, there's a group of people. There's somebody with their dog. There's somebody else with their dog. Okay. So see, now I've created people so I don't feel so alone. Although I wasn't feeling alone. I like being alone. I was just sort of like, why am I alone here? Why isn't there anybody walking their dog after dinner? It's just, Well, I can't make this too long because it's too hard to upload. So when it's 20, 22 and 22 seconds, that's when I'll end this video. So I got exactly 1 more minute. So hopefully I can say something profound and meaningful. Walk in the park talk. Just wanted to catch the sunset. I didn't get the best part, but I saw it with my naked eye how incredibly blue the sky was at one point with these big white and pink puffy clouds. It was quite remarkable. So, yep, if Joffrey comes back as Sally and hopefully doesn't start attacking me, but if they did, it would really change the direction of everything. Anyways, yeah. Keep up your laughter codes if you can, guys. It's really important to get through life. When I took on my mom, I remember saying to myself, I'm just going to try to get through. We're going to laugh our way through this bitch. Anyways, love you guys. Big kiss.